All over the world, people have started posting videos where the normal food they buy in stores suddenly looks really strange. For example, there's meat that looks like it's made of plastic, and when they cook it and taste it, it has this weird rubbery flavor. And it's not just happening with meat. Watermelons in stores have started looking unusual too, and when people cut them open, they're almost impossible to break apart, like they've been tightly glued together. A similar thing is being noticed with bananas. But the biggest problem in the US, according to these videos, is regular bread. In a lot of clips, people do an experiment where they soak it in water, squeeze it in their hand, and then it bounces back like nothing happened, returning to its original shape, even though normal bread would never behave like that. Because of this, a lot of people have started buying food only at local markets or growing it at home.
Imagine coming home to enjoy some fruit and seeing this. TikTok users have been left in disbelief after videos of what looks like rubber fruit have been taken over their For You pages. Hundreds of people in the US have reported buying produce from shops that look super rubbery and almost feels fake. It's left many wondering whether the fruit's even real. Kiva posted a video of her experience and the video blew up, racking up more than 30 million views.
I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird, like...
She purchased a watermelon at a local Seattle supermarket and it surprisingly felt and looked like rubber. It sent fruit lovers and TikTok theorists into a spiral. Some suggest they might be 3D printed, while others say it's just a ripeness issue. But what do you think though? Is it real fruit? Imagine...
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give a praise to our glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect across the four corners of the earth. So, as you could see in the two clips that I show you, that these foods are being, defiled, right? You understand? These foods are becoming more and more defiled, and this was prophecy. It was prophesied that this was going to happen. All right? So I would like to read in the book of Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13. And the Most High said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I drive them. Because when we went into captivity, right, the Lord scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth, All right, some of us, you understand, we were scattered across the four corners of the earth, right? And the Lord said that we will eat our bread defiled amongst the heathen, right? And we see that today, right? And we see that, we've been seeing this a long time, right? That Esau has been, messing with our food, right? And this is, part of the curses, right? Right? When you look at foods like that, you can properly digest that, right? That, you understand? You could get sick, right? You ain't getting any proper nutrients. You understand? And look at the things what Esau messing with, things like watermelon, fruits, things that Jake like to eat, right? And the messing with the chicken as well, right? And a lot more. Right? They show you a rubbery, banana, a rubbery avocado, right? So, I just to show you that it's the wicked that's rooted, because who is doing these things? Is it Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, that's messing with these foods? No, it's the so-called white people that's doing this. Instead of you grow the food naturally for people to eat, you want to try to do your own thing, right? You want to do your own thing and to, try to make the food, you understand, to the point where it could get you sick, right? Because this man doesn't care about your health. He really and truly wants to destroy you, right? That's why they spray chemtrails in the air, they put fluoride in the water. You understand? They do these different things, all right, to weaken you. Okay? That's why the scriptures say, If those days don't be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. I'm gonna see if I could get that. Yeah, that's in the book of Matthew chapter 24. And I'll say that 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Because you see look what they're doing with the food, right? Even the clothes, right? The mixed fabrics in the clothes. Okay? And you see that kind of new smell you just get from certain clothes. And even in like in a car, those things is not good to inhale, right? You know when you buy a new device, a new phone, or you buy a new car and you have that new car smell, those things are not good for the body to inhale, right? So Esau does these things to, destroy you, all right? And that's why the scripture says if those days won't be short, there shall no flesh be saved, because he's going to continue to pollute everything. The so-called white man, he's going to continue to pollute everything that he possibly can and make it worse and more worse, right? We know back then that they was making fake fruits, right? Fake cabbage, okay? And they even making fake eggs and stuff like that. But it's getting worse. This man is going to try to make everything as fake as possible. And that's why you see any clip that some people, they're growing the food in a garden and they're buying from certain markets because they're realizing that, this man is the devil, right? Because why would you create these fake stuff? It will be much more easier for you to grow it naturally than actually do all sorts of experiment, you understand, to get it the way how you get it, But let me see if I can bring out a precept. It goes like shouldest thou destroy them? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest thou destroy them that destroy the earth. Right? The so-called white man is destroying the earth. Okay? He's polluting the air, the water, the food, the clothes, everything. Right? Everything is being, contaminated with. Right? They'll take abominable, unclean foods and they'll put it in something clean and contaminate it. Right? So this is just to show you that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, like the scriptures say. Job 9 and 24. Right? So when the wicked is in power, these is the kind of things that happens. Right? These is the kind of things you're going to be seeing happening when the wicked is ruling. Right? The scriptures say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people mourn. Right? So even these Edomites and these heathens, they are eating their defiled bread. Right? Even them is going through these things, because you have to know that The scriptures say, how it goes. To him that is not good to himself, who he will be good to? Because Esau isn't good to himself, right? Esau is not good to himself at all. They'll be doing you worse, right? So these are the things that we have to see. And the people of the world, a lot of them, they can't even see that the so-called white man is the devil. Which that the word devil means deceiver, right? And they is like them cannot see that, because the Lord has blinded them from seeing what this man really is. But they're gonna find out. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye earth that dwell in them, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he's going to come down with great wrath, right? You understand? He's going to come down with great wrath upon the four corners of the earth. And I get also tell you, they shall be as madmen, sparing none. They ain't even going to spare their own. They ain't even going to spare the people of their own nation, right? Because they know that they're going to have a short time. Because after this, right, after their fall is the beginning of Jacob's world, right? For Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, right? In the kingdom, we ain't going to be having plastic fruits. So our fruits ain't going to be looking like that. If it's anything, it's going to be modified, naturally, right? It tells you back then in the scriptures that it take 2 men to carry a cluster of grapes, right? That's how things is going to go back to being as, right? The earth is going to flourish, right? Because he so destroyed the earth. But when the earth, is reset and renewed, right? Things is going to get much, much better. The food is going to be much, much better. It's going to be natural, right? It ain't going to be no GMOs, right? It ain't going to be no GMOs. So that's why I say, when the righteous is an authority, the people is going to rejoice. These heathens, they're going to rejoice, right? Because the earth going to be in its natural state. The earth is going to rejoice. The trees, right? Because all these things were the creations of the Lord's elect. It's not just the animals, right? And that the Lord created through his elect. It was fruits, vegetables, different trees, different plants that the elect help Yahushua created, right? It was different things. You understand? It has certain, elect that create different fruits, different plants, right? Different materials, because the scriptures speak about, the first fruits being with Yahushua from the beginning, right? So that would be the 144,000, right? So, God willing, if we are part of that number, we are going to know, right, the things that we created. All right. So this is just a little short lesson I wanted to do to show you that Esau, the so-called white man, he's the devil, he's the wicked, and he must be destroyed. Right? He must be destroyed. Like the angel said here in Revelation 11 and 18, should this dog destroy them that destroy the earth? This man destroyed the earth. He polluted everything. And if those days don't be shortened, nobody ain't going to be saved. So this was just a quick little lesson I wanted to do. Right? I want to give all praises, all glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the elders and the apostles, our great millstone, Shalom unto the elect.